1, 2, and 3.
Hi.
That's it.
1, 2, and 3.
Hi, we're here with Grazia today.
And we are playing.
Have you ever?
No,
I have
right?
done, right?
Yes.
Only me?
Yes.
Why?
I cried outside the kitchen.
You stepped one foot out and then you
Yes,
cried.
yes.
For me, it's too busy. No time to cry. Even you want to, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I think every kitchen.
Yes.
Yes. Does anyone want to elaborate on that?
No, thank you.
That's a part. It's a part of but it's that feeling, when you see a server come back with a
And your heart sings.
with a full plate, you like
Something's wrong.
either they're idiot or we are idiot.
It's for you to figure out who.
So yeah, it's like that excitement of this time are we idiot or they're idiot. So
I mean, all of us do tasting menus, right? So I think that doesn't happen a lot.
Not a la carte, right?
Yes, because everyone eats everything. At least at Masque, we don't have two different menus.
But how you convince if you send something a pork for non-pork eater and
I mean that then you run. You don't convince. You run. If that happens, there's no convincing anymore. Then you have to run.
you mean run away?
Yeah, because in India you can't feed a vegetarian, non-vegetarian and try to convince them. But also it's also about, if I have to elaborate on that, I think it's also about how you handle yourself and how the confidence you have in your food and in your dish, where even sometimes if a wrong thing goes on the table, to be honest, if you want me to elaborate, what has happened is sometimes we've sent the next course without realizing the previous course wasn't sent. And then you just play it by ear and, you make sure that the experience in the whole is not hampered, even though the order of courses might have been.
In India, you always just say paneer se machhi khana.
Honestly, that's why at Masque we give the menu also after the food is done. So if something like this happens, we can handle it.
Actually, we have one time we send it out. We send dessert out already, and then we didn't send the main course.
Yeah, it's happened one time with me also.
So we send.
But I didn't do that.
And then I tell them, see, now you have the dessert twice.
Make it smooth, right?
Yeah. For me, it happened with the pre-dessert and dessert, so it was easier than your situation.
But rarely.
Very rarely, but it has to happen, right? Situations have to be dealt with. There are sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do.
Yes. So, yeah. Sometimes it's I'm very chill in the kitchen, except if the thing is not go according to my plan, especially if all the kitchen plan together already.
Yes.
So for me, but one time I'm very upset, and then Chef Han was there also. We have during the collaboration, and I'm very upset. I'm throw one intern out, and then I'm so upset. I'm bring the tray and then throw out the prep, and I kick the tray, and then it hit my sous chef leg, and her leg is swollen. So I end up have to work.
Karma, right?
So you realize that you should not get angry again.
No more kicking the tray. Yes.
Criticize. Yeah, criticize another chef's food. In front of that Publicly, chef. yes. Publicly?
Never.
No. Okay.
Obviously, I
It is-
criticize the good thing.
But it is, like we said, right? It is a community, and we've been talking about that throughout. So I wouldn't call it criticism, but I would call it feedback if you have to also. And constructive feedback, I think every chef likes constructive feedback to how we can get better.
And I also think sometimes the taste is very subjective.
Yes.
So we don't judge by the taste, but we judge by we don't judge, but we look at how much work they put in and the technique.
Yeah, and honestly, being chefs, you don't get to go out that often. So when you go out for a meal, you're trying to enjoy rather than judge everything.
Yes.
Actually, chef is not that very criticized because we cook.
We
and then
understand.
We know.
understand.
Yeah.
My girlfriend much more criticized.
I mean,
oh,
Yeah.
yes.
yeah, okay.
Like you cut yourself.
Yeah,
Cut myself.
sometimes things don't go to plan. There's the gravity slicer or the mandolin has cut
Oh,
almost
mandolin.
everybody.
Everyone.
Everybody.
On mandolin.
Yeah.
First year of
Yes.
cooking.
Oh, yes.
Never.
Never.
Please do allow me.
Yes, I almost. Yeah. That was when I was very young. So 9 years ago. So like the customer come in, with a big group, and then they didn't have reservation, and then try to sit in the restaurant. So they walk around, keep bugging all other, customers. Even all the customer that sit, they're like,
Really? So you kick them out?
so I almost punched them.
So technically they were not customers because they didn't
They're
have a
not
reservation.
customers,
They're not your guests.
Huh?
Technically they were not your guests because they didn't have a reservation.
Yes.
They were the.
They're random people who walked in.
I mean, they walk in 10 people.
I mean,
Yeah.
we have, right? All of, I'm sure.
What
I mean,
do
I
you
have.
consider bizarre? Like it's like pork brain bizarre. Then
The ant eggs.
Ant
is
eggs.
it bizarre? So yeah.
Ant eggs.
I mean, even so many fruits in India and all that like are not so common, I think. Yeah. And for me, century egg is a bizarre thing that I'm
like
personally
normal every morning.
not a big fan of it, but I've worked with it and I've tried it for sure. I'm very scared to try. One thing I've not tried is balut.
A balut I tried.
What's balut?
It's good. The
That
egg.
duck embryo that's half fertilized. Not tried?
I don't want to try. That's why we eat eggs. Otherwise, you eat chicken.
Oh.
Like you said, everything is very subjective. So some taste you like. Yeah, for me, it's like some of the dish. Maybe the stinky tofu in Taiwan. The first time I tried, it's like it come in and then you put in your mouth and you just automatically try to swallow it. That thing also that I think
Pan.
give me.
What?
Yeah, pan.
Pan.
Oh yes. But we
But you didn't pretend to like it.
We,
Huh?
You didn't pretend to like it.
I swallow it.
Ah, okay.
It's thought. Split it.
Tam liked it now, that's what he said. Maybe he pretended.
He eat it.
He
I'm sure he pretended.
but he eat better, he eat like with rose jam and coconut and things like that. Not what you tried.
yeah.
That's
Sweeter.
It's like what Aditi said is the best in town.
Aditi can eat 10 of those.
For the staff meal, I think
Oh yeah.
for staff meal I use.
Yeah.
Any comments on why you guys love MSG?
I mean, I personally don't think it's wrong to use where it's needed. And Chinese cooking, for example, traditionally, at least for what we know as Indian Chinese, especially Indian Chinese, you do need that. That's the burst of flavors and that's how it's been done.
For staff.
But if it's used in a place that it's not supposed to be done just to enhance flavor, I think that is wrong.
Yeah, for me it's like for me I'm nothing personally against MSG. We not use at the restaurant because we have an ego. I think. But then,
Yeah.
I mean, what we eat, we like. I like MSG.
Yeah.
It tastes good.
Like at your restaurant and live.
Oh, you like
No.
create a story, right?
Yeah. Oh no.
Like it's actually bottled, but you said that it's been made from scratch.
Oh, no.
Because I think this kind of life can. Everyone knows in the restaurant, and if we say it, word can go out if we do it wrong.
But also, I think for where all our restaurants have reached, it's reached there because of the effort everyone puts in. And it's more about the effort that you put in to make something, and then it becomes more personal as well. And I think that's why we take pride in making things from scratch and not lying about it.